The Bitcoin price pump has stalled out after Amazon came out denying the rumor that they were going to be accepting cryptocurrency payments on their platform later this year. But we don't need Amazon. Would have been a nice addition, but we don't need them. Plenty of bullish news out there, plenty of good things happening in the crypto space. Goldman Sachs is so thirsty for it that they're making up ridiculous claims. We're going to get into that later in the video. Also, we have a major Thai telecom company, which is making an incredibly big play into the Bitcoin mining space. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video to catch those hot stories as well. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic that you would like to learn some more about, make sure you are a subscriber to the Lark Davis channel, that you are gently tapping on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course clicking on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. So let's just go ahead and get straight into today's topics, and I just want to start off with a quick warning. We keep seeing these ads coming up for the Lark Davis arbitrage Telegram group. In fact, if you look down below, you may even see one on this video right now. Those are scams. You can see here, this is what they look like. That is a scam, 100% a scam. Now, unfortunately, Google and YouTube keep allowing these ads to run. This is an ad. It's very frustrating to see this happening. Now, I've recently started working with a company that's got the YouTube comment section a bit under control, so that's a positive development for the scammers that we're seeing here on YouTube. But it comes down to Google and it comes down to YouTube to actually police their ads, and they're just not doing it. They're asleep at the wheel. It's all automated. These guys are finding the loopholes and they're putting up these scam advertisements. I am not doing any kind of arbitrage stuff. This is a scam, and unfortunately, here's the even saddest part about it, I think. This has been going on for months. I've made warnings on the channel about it before, but here's the straight dope on it. They're still doing it, which means that somebody is still falling for it, because these guys aren't going to be doing it if they're not making money off of it. So please, please, please be careful out there. The internet is just filled with people that want to steal your crypto. Keep your head screwed on straight, guys. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Now, let's get into the technicals. Now the public service announcement is over. So we've seen Bitcoin being rejected off of a very, very key area here, just above $40,000 is where this run stalled out at. Now that, of course, directly lines up with previous areas of massive resistance. So we can see right here, back in mid-June, Bitcoin also stalled out around $40,000, of course, after a mega dip as well. We came up from $30,000 within a week's time to get up to over $40,000 before, of course, dramatically coming back down. So this current price movement, we can almost really just see this as continuing to move within our range here. And we do have quite a few things that are still looking very bullish. You know, we still do have our MACD, which is in a bullish situation. We still have that incredible breakout on the RSI for Bitcoin. So that stuff's still in play here. So I don't want you to think that this is a totally bearish thing. Stalling at resistance, that's normal. That's why it's called resistance, because this is an area where we see the price struggling to get over. And that's exactly what's happened. Now, this is the third test amongst this correction of trying to break over that resistance, of trying to get a daily candle close above it. There's pretty dramatic wick on this candle right here. So let's just see how this ends up playing out. But one more quick note here. You can also look back here. And again, we see this being an incredibly important area of resistance. That is from early January when we saw the price of Bitcoin stalling out there before falling down. So $40,000, absolutely key level right now for Bitcoin to try to reclaim. Now we can also see that the 50-day moving average. Still holding up. We're still above that. That's an optimistic thing. If you ask me, it's definitely a good thing for us. It shows that we are starting to see the bulls taking charge of the market again. Now, that being said, a retest of this would not be surprising. So that would be around $34,500, $35,000 approximately, depending on when that happens, if that happens. So let's just keep an eye out for that. That could be an interesting area if we do see that holding as support. Obviously, we need to confirm it as support in order to consider it as being an important line of support for Bitcoin here. But definitely encouraging that we did get these daily candles closing above that. Also, the 200-day exponential moving average is the next one I want to take a look at here with you. So the 200-day exponential moving average, it tends to be much more responsive to recent price action versus the 200-day simple moving average, which is still up around $45,000. So the 200-day exponential moving average, you can see right here, again, we did not close our daily candle above that, much in the same way that we failed to do that back in mid-June. So again, this presents itself as a very, very important line of resistance. I feel like reclaiming the 200-day exponential moving average, that would really give us, I think, a lot of excitement and momentum that would build into the market. So we haven't done that. It did act as resistance once again, so let's watch over the next few days, see if we can reclaim this key line, but I'm watching for the 50-day simple moving average as an area of support here if we do start coming back down. So overall, though, I think it's just really important to realize the game here. We're just ranging. We have not yet broke out of our considerable downtrend here. $40,000 acted as resistance. Bitcoin essentially is still just ranging sideways. You need to put this in perspective here. Ever since the 19th of May, Bitcoin has basically ranged between $29,000 and $40,000. Really, 30 and 40 have probably been even the more important inflection points. That's it. That's what's been happening. More sideways ranging action. Cool stuff. It's a good time for those who are accumulating, who are taking the big picture view that, hey, look, Bitcoin, it's going to be worth 6 digits. It's going to be worth 6 digits and then some. We're going to see a Bitcoin that's worth $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in the long run. So accumulating now, it's tasty. It's tasty. I keep accumulating, and I add more on the dips. I added more Bitcoin on this dip back here. It felt good. And I'll keep accumulating small amounts, and if we see some big dips, I will be gobbling up those tasty, tasty dips. By the way, if you need yourself a place to buy tasty, delicious cryptocurrency market dips, you need to get yourself an account over on Binance. You can use more than 50 different fiat currencies to buy crypto on Binance. They have an incredible range of different altcoins, as well as all of our crowd favorites, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Dogecoin, your Polygon, and on and on. Use the link down below in the description to start your account, and you're going to get 10% off of your trading fees and up to $700 in trading bonuses. Now, what the heck happened, man? I know we were talking yesterday about the big rumor. Amazon will be accepting Bitcoin payments. Well, you know, the funny thing about Amazon accepting Bitcoin payments, this is not the first time that we've heard this story. Remember, this came from an anonymous source that called in to like a radio program or whatever and just... I love these kind of stories. It's so funny how the market gets so excited about rumors, right? And look, we have found out some very important news, like PayPal via rumors, but the Amazon accepting Bitcoin payments, it will come one day. This is the thing. There will be the day when this is true. When it turns out to be, yeah, Amazon is really going to do that finally. And it's inevitable. They will eventually do it. This is the future of money, the future of payments. For Amazon to stay out of the game forever, unlikely. Very, very unlikely. But if we go back in history, 2017, we had almost exactly the same story come out. Nothing new under the sun, right? History doesn't repeat, but man, it sure does rhyme. We saw this story very similar back in 2017. A lot of speculation running around that Amazon would be accepting cryptocurrency payments. It's been floated multiple times in the past, not just in 2017. It comes around. It's one of those stories that just keeps popping back up, and one day it will be true, but it was not true this time. Amazon has denied the rumors that they have any plans to be accepting cryptocurrency payments in the near future. So back to waiting for that one to come true, but it certainly did get a lot of people in the market very excited. I think it shows the power of these narratives to drive interest in the market. And yeah, I know there was also a short squeeze that played out for Bitcoin. We had it being very oversold. A lot of buyers. I know, right? There's also a good technical argument for what happened, but I think a lot of people were jumping on the bandwagon of the anticipation that we would see another major tech company getting on board the Bitcoin bandwagon. If we go right back to Tesla's early dabblings, before they even announced that they bought Bitcoin, just talking positively about Bitcoin from Elon Musk pumped the markets. Then, of course, later on, we got confirmation that these things were true from Tesla. Hasn't been the case here for Amazon, but the market's thirsty for those kinds of stories. They want it to be true. So I'm sure that we're going to see companies like Facebook and Amazon and on down the way getting into crypto. Maybe not now, but in the future, this is definitely going to happen. By the way, I just wanted to talk about this real quick too. Yesterday, we saw over $1 billion in liquidations. Incredible stuff. More than 100,000 individual trader accounts got liquidated. That's a lot of losses across the board there. Of course, these were people that were shorting the market, and the market went long, and the shorts got wrecked. And this happens so much in the market. People get overly optimistic near the top. Everybody wants to long the top. And this is exactly what we saw with the big crash back in May. We had $1.6 billion, I think, in longs getting liquidated because everybody was longing the top. And now, a few months later, what happens? Everybody's shorting the bottom, and the market goes long, and they get freaking wrecked. This is market psychology 101. You need to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. When everyone's out there posting pictures of their new Rolexes, posting pictures of the new cars that they bought, whatever, extravagant displays of wealth, those are times when you don't want to go 100x long on Bitcoin. That's a time when you might want to say, hey, maybe I should be tightening up the ship here, taking some profits on some stuff, reevaluating what the heck is going on with my portfolio because the market sentiment is getting a bit overblown. Alternatively, when we have the kind of sentiment that we've had over the last couple of weeks where crypto's a scam, crypto's going to zero, Bitcoin's going down to $3,000, get ready for a 90% drop, get ready for another 50% drop, another 70% drop. When you have people like Scott Minerd of Guggenheim at $30,000, he's saying Bitcoin's going down to $10,000. People get overly bearish at the lows and they go short. Not the time to go short. People go short. Market gets bullish. At least enough of a bullish pump to wipe out $1.1 billion worth of shorts who got liquidated. So play safe out there, guys. Play safe. Leverage is a tricky tool to be using, and if you don't know how to use it, or if you keep getting wrecked again and again, if you're the kind of person who was longing the top and shorting the bottom, maybe leverage trading's not for you. Maybe you should just be stacking some Bitcoin, accumulating during the dips, holding for the long term. That's how most people end up winning in this market anyway. Here's a fun story for you. I know you guys are gonna appreciate this. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, these guys, like, the jokes just write themselves. I don't even have to try anymore. But here we go. Goldman Sachs has filed for a DeFi and blockchain exchange traded fund. So Goldman Sachs is trying to get a DeFi ETF out there. Yeah, man. This, of course, comes a week after Goldman Sachs said that cryptocurrencies are not a viable investment. Here they are bringing out a DeFi ETF. But here, it gets even better. It gets even better. The hypocrisy, obviously, is one thing. But it gets even more interesting because you'd probably think, wow, a DeFi ETF, this is some really, really big news. I mean, what are they going to include in here? Maybe some publicly traded companies. Maybe they're applying to get, like, oh man, they're going to have like a fund with, like, you know, Uniswap and MakerDAO and Synthetics and PancakeSwap, all the big DeFi protocols. Curve Finance, throw that in there. Balancer, Bancor. Wow, that would be really, really cool. It'd be game changing. Imagine that. We're going to get a Bitcoin ETF. We're going to get an Ethereum ETF. We're going to have a DeFi ETF from one of the world's biggest financial institutions. Game-changing stuff. No. Come on. It's Goldman Sachs, guys. Of course it doesn't contain any DeFi. Of course it doesn't contain, like, any blockchain stuff at all. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So you can see here, Nate Heinemann, from the Bancor team, he posted this. So this is what is going to be in the DeFi ETF. DeFi ETF from Goldman Sachs, Nokia, Facebook, Alphabet, Accenture, Fujitsu, Cisco, Visa, Microsoft, IBM, MasterCard, PayPal, Siemens, Intel, Sony, Overstock, Alibaba, Lenovo, Tencent, Baidu, and OneConnect. In freaking incredible. Now, look, to be fair, a few of these companies are involved a lot in the crypto space. Microsoft is building on Bitcoin. Visa and MasterCard, they've both been dabbling in crypto quite a bit. They've both announced that they're going to be using USDC dollar stablecoins as payments mechanisms. So that's really, really cool. You can argue that companies like Intel, for example, and their chips, important for the cryptocurrency space overall and mining. Facebook is bringing out their own centralized stablecoin, and on and on. We can make some arguments that some of these companies here are vaguely crypto-esque. But, I mean, come on, man. This is out of control. The DeFi ETF. It does show one thing. Though, that obviously Goldman Sachs is paying attention. Obviously, Goldman Sachs investors are thirsty for it. They want it. They want those gains. But they're not going to get it by investing in some of the world's most highly valued tech stocks. And this is the interesting thing. If you want to get those gains, if you want to be an investor in DeFi, you can't wait for it to come to your brokerage account. You can't wait for Goldman Sachs to give you permission to get into DeFi. You need to take matters into your own hands. You need to get out there. You need to get on Uniswap, buy some DeFi-related tokens, or farm some DeFi-related tokens. Even better, get them for free, right? There's a lot of great coins out there that you can get your hands on. Right now, they're very valuable and interesting protocols. Bancor is an amazing protocol. Curve Finance is an amazing protocol. Maker is a revolutionary technology. Uniswap, and on and on and on. Aave, incredible stuff here. Incredible protocols. But you're not going to get them on the brokerage account. Not yet. 5 years' time, I bet you will be able to buy Aave and Bancor and stuff like that on your brokerage account. But not yet. Right now, this is what you get. Goldman Sachs guys are funny. Okay, and the final story for you, for more serious story. Final story for you for today. A major Thai telecom is going after 5% of the total Bitcoin hashing rate. Incredible. So they are making a major investment into Bitcoin mining hardware. They want to become the biggest Bitcoin miner in Southeast Asia and one of the biggest Bitcoin miners in the world. If they captured 5% of the hashing power, as is their plan, massive, absolutely freaking massive. That is an incredible amount of Bitcoin they would mine every single day. So this is crazy. And this is a telecom company. This is a major corporation in Thailand saying we're getting into Bitcoin mining in a big way. Very, very cool. This is happening at a time. There's still a lot of pessimism in the market, and I know we've had our pump this week. It was very exciting, but to see a company like this going in so big, it's one thing to say, hey, we're gonna, dabble in Bitcoin mining, but to say, hey, we're going for 5% of the total hash rate. That's a big investment and a big deal, showing that Bitcoin is far from dead. Crypto is far from dead. People still want to get a piece of this action. They still want to get in on this market and make those sweet gains. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. My question for you for today: would you buy the Goldman Sachs DeFi ETF? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.